There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize the greatest battle they're fighting is with themselves. It doesn't happen all at once. It builds slowly through frustration, failed attempts at growth, patterns that repeat no matter how much you try to change them. You begin to feel like you're stuck, not because of something out there, but because of something inside. You want more, you dream of better, and yet something always seems to pull you back. You sabotage your own progress, you avoid the work, you shut down when things get too real. You shrink right when you're supposed to rise. And it's confusing, isn't it? Because part of you wants to change, desperately, and another part of you quietly, powerfully resists it. In The Mountain Is You, Brianna Wiest delivers a single soul-shaking truth. The obstacle in your path isn't the mountain is you. This book is not about reaching the top of your life, it's about learning how to stop standing in your own way. So today we're going to walk through the most powerful chapters of this journey, not with judgment, not with shame, but with the understanding that transformation isn't about changing who you are, it's about returning to who you've always been, beneath the fear. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Self-sabotage is not a personal failure. You know the feeling. You set the alarm early, determined to make a change. You start strong, but a few days in, the resistance creeps in. Excuses, delays, doubts. You tell yourself you're just tired. You'll try again next week. Eventually, you feel like a failure, like you lack discipline or drive. But Brianna Wiest wants you to look at that differently. Self-sabotage isn't you being weak, it's your nervous system protecting you. It believes that success, happiness, or change is unsafe. Why? Because somewhere in your past you were hurt when you succeeded. You were punished for being happy. You were left behind when you grew. So now, your subconscious protects you by keeping you small. It's not betrayal, it's adaptation. But what once protected you is now holding you back. And when you realize that self-sabotage is fear, not failure, you stop fighting yourself and you start healing. Chapter 2. The roots of resistance. If self-sabotage is the symptom, resistance is the soil it grows in. Why do we resist what we say we want? Why do we back away from the very things we've been craving for years? Because receiving those things forces us to change. If you receive love, you have to be vulnerable. If you get rich, you have to let go of struggle. If you succeed, you might lose the identity that's been wrapped in suffering. Change threatens our comfort, even if that comfort is painful. So resistance shows up like a protective wall, a voice in your head whispering, not yet, not you, not this way. But here's the truth, resistance is a test. And every time you face it, every time you move forward despite the fear, you reclaim your power. Chapter 3. The power of rock bottom. Rock bottom is a brutal place, but also the most honest. At rock bottom, you don't have the energy to lie to yourself anymore. You stop pretending it's fine. You stop making excuses for the life you've outgrown. And in that raw, painful clarity, you find truth. You see who you've been. You see what's not working. And for the first time, maybe ever, you begin to ask yourself what you really want. Rock bottom is the moment the mountain becomes real. It's not the end of the story. It's the moment you stop running and start rising. Chapter 4. How we become the mountain. We are shaped by what we believe. If you've spent years telling yourself that you're not enough, that love is dangerous, that life is hard, those beliefs become your reality. They become the lens through which you see everything. And eventually they become you. You build a mountain out of your past pain. You climb it every day, not realizing you've placed the stones there yourself. But Brianna reminds us, just as we became the mountain, we can become the one who moves it. You can choose new thoughts, new reactions, new stories. You can unlearn the belief that you are broken, because you never were. Chapter 5. Emotional intelligence is the path. You can't transform if you're afraid of your own emotions. Emotional intelligence means letting feelings rise without judgment. It means noticing anger and asking, what is this protecting? It means feeling sadness and allowing it to teach you. It means learning that emotions aren't obstacles, they're messages. And when you stop avoiding them, when you stop numbing and running, you start healing. You start taking your power back, moment by moment, feeling by feeling. Chapter 6. Building a new self. After the breakdown comes the rebuilding. But here's the key: the new you isn't created overnight. It's built through tiny shifts. You wake up and make the bed, not because it's a big deal, but because you're training your brain to value order. You say no to something that drains you, and you realize you didn't die, you feel stronger. You try something new, and even though your voice shakes, you do it anyway. These small acts add up. They become a new foundation. You don't wait until you're healed to live, you live, and that's what heals you. Chapter 7. The breakthrough. Then, one day, something clicks. You catch yourself before you spiral. You comfort yourself instead of criticize. You choose rest instead of burnout. And you realize you've changed. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped abandoning yourself every time it got hard. The old you would have crumbled. The new you stands taller. That's the breakthrough. It doesn't mean the mountain is gone, but now you know you're strong enough to climb it. Chapter 8. Moving forward. Healing doesn't make life perfect, but it makes you powerful. You'll still feel fear. You'll still doubt. But now you won't back down. You'll move forward with trembling hands and an open heart. You'll build a life that matches your inner truth. And when you look back, you'll realize the hardest part wasn't climbing the mountain. It was realizing it was never in your way. The mountain was you. And now that you've met yourself, you're finally free to move. If this message spoke to something deep inside you, if it made you pause, reflect, or even feel seen, don't stop here. This is the kind of truth we explore every week on this channel. So if you're on a journey of transformation, healing, and real self-awareness, subscribe to Real Deep Understanding. We dive into books, ideas, and truths that help you not just understand the world, but truly understand yourself. Like the video if it moved you. Share it with someone else climbing their own mountain. And drop a comment below, what part of your mountain are you finally ready to move? Because your future self is waiting on the other side. And you're ready now.